Let us look at one other problem. In this problem, we have given two dates and we are supposed to find the difference between the two dates. So let me start a new project and I'm going to select ASP.NET application. You can give any name to this particular project. So I'm going to say DTDiff, any name is okay, and then just click OK. After that, I'm going to add a new page to this project, and I'm going to go to the Solution Explorer, right click on it, and then I'm going to say add new item, and I'm going to select the web form as my option, and I'm going to give a name to this as home. So let's start with the home page. Let's click OK, and we need to build the interface there. So we need two calendars and a button. That's all we need to have. So let me go to the design. So I'm going to go to the design here by clicking on the design, and then I'm going to go and insert a table. So I will go to the insert table, and I'm going to insert a table with say 6 rows. I think 6 is too much, and I think 5 is enough for me. 5 columns, 5 rows and 3 columns. Let me click OK. Let me give the title difference between dates. You can give any name here. I'm going to put a calendar control on the first column over here. So we have the first column at this side. So I'm going to put the calendar control, and the calendar control you can find it there in the standard. So double click and the first calendar control is put up. I will leave the middle one blank, and I'm going to go to the next column. So I will leave the middle row blank. I will go to the last column there. So I'm going to do it in this one. Okay, so this, double click on the calendar control, and you have the second calendar control. In the middle button, middle one, I'm going to put a button. So double click on the button, and you have the button. Now if at all you want to align this button, just click on this button. We'll see how it goes. Just click on this button once, press the right arrow once, and press the left arrow 2 times. So I'm going to do it if the Visual Studio allows me to show something. So click on it, right arrow once, left arrow 2 times. You see the blinking cursor there, and then go for the middle alignment. Okay, so that's all I need to do. So I have to have a button right at the middle. So select it, you have the button, and finally I'm going to put a label. Now I'll put the cursor here and then double click on the label. I have the label there. Let me rename this button. So right click and then go to the properties, and then change the property as find difference. You have the two things there, and finally I have one more label, and you can remove this. I think I can put the text here as from date and to date. So from date, so the beginning date, or maybe I don't know why these students are disturbing me. Okay, so beginning date, and the next one is ending date. Okay, so 2 are there. Now if you want, you can space them together. So just make them appear properly. Now that's all. These things are not really required during the examinations. You just need to do this. You have the label there, and then just get the label. Okay, now let's go and let's really try to do the find the difference. This is all you require. You require two calendar control, and then you need the button and then a label. That's the only thing you need. Rest of them are fancy things that you can always ignore during the examinations. So let me double click on this find difference, and let's go and find the difference. I need two dates now. So we have the date and time control. So let's take two data as D1 and D2. Okay, so you have the D1 and D2 are the two dates. Let me take the D1 as, so I have this calendar 1 dot selected date. That's the first one. And D2 happens to be again same thing. I have the calendar control, second calendar control, and then I'm going to say selected, not deleted, selected date. So two are there. Now just I want to ensure that D1 is greater than D2. You can do it any way around if you feel that the other way around. So the D2 is my larger date. Suppose if D1 is greater than D2, then I'm going to go and do a swapping. So I'm going to take a date time. Now I'm not doing these things. This is the problem with the Visual Studio. Temp date, and I'll take it as D1. Then D1 is equal to D2, and D2 is equal to temp date. Now this is the swapping. So I've just swapped the two dates. Now in order to find the date difference, I need three integer variable: int year, int month, and int day. So I need these 3 days. Then I need to find the time span between the two dates. So I'm going to use the time span, and I'll call it as difference. Now let me find the difference between the 2 days. So difference between the two dates is D2 minus D1 is the difference. Okay, so you find the difference between the 2 days. Now how many years have passed? If you really want to know that thing, then you just say difference, and from the difference find the days. Oops, so it went totally off. Divided by 366, that's the number of days in a year. So you get the difference. So that's the number of years you have. Suppose let me go and add that much. Now I'm going to tally the years D1. So this is the difference. So if I add that difference to the first date, the year must be same. So that's the idea of the algorithm. So if I add the years, y years, y, remember y is because of the Visual Studio is dying. This is a terrible thing. Y is the difference between the two dates. So if you look at this one, y is the difference between the two dates. That is the difference. Now if I add so many years, the year must be same. Now what if the year is not same? Then you have to compensate it. So I'm going to use the while loop here. While D1 is if I add one more year to this, so this is going to be terrible thing. I don't know whether you'll be able to see with this much reduced font. Okay, I think I can do this. Visual Studio is not helping me. I can do the other way around. So I've zoomed it out for you. So if I add this many years, add 1 year to that, and if it is less than, it is still less than D2, that means remember what I've done is a very simple thing. See, suppose say you have two dates here. Forget about the day, forget about the month, just concentrate on the year. Okay, 2018 is the first date. Now forget about the month, day and month for the second date also. 2020 is the second date. Now what is the difference between the years? Difference between the years is, you know very well, that's going to be 2 years. Forget these two things, 2 years. Suppose if I take the first date, if I take this first date and add 2 to this, just add 2 to this, then their year must tally. 18 plus 2, the year must tally. If it is not tallying, there are some situation, strange situation where the things will not work. In that case, compensate it. That's all. This is compensating it. Now, in this case, you don't know the date, you don't know the month. 18 plus 2, it's going to be 20 itself. So, if I add one more extra to this, this is going to be 21, which is definitely greater than 20. So, this condition will not hold good. Suppose after adding 1, if this condition is still holding good, then you need to really add one extra year to this. So that is what I am doing it. So I am going to now, if this is the case, then I am going to say add year 1 to this, and because you have added 1 year, your year tally will increase by 1. That's only a thing. Now the year part is over. Let's go with the month part. So month part is again same. Find the difference now. Difference is D2 minus D1. Again same old thing. Now find the difference for the month. Month is difference, get the days divided by 31. So you must get the month. Okay. Now add D1, add month. Okay, add months. How many months? M months you are adding. Okay. Now again the same old story. So let's assume that you have the year. Now forget the day. Okay. Assume that the month is 03. Okay. Forget the year. It's not required now. Again forget the day. Month is 06 and you have the year. Forget the year. Now what's the difference in month? So you know that the difference in month is 3. You will definitely agree with that. Okay. Now if you add 3 to this date, then they must tally. Now why we say what about this, sir? In the previous case I have already made them equal. I made the day year equal in the previous steps. Okay. Now it is the term of making the months equal. If the months are still lagging, then compensate by adding 1 to it. Okay, simple, or maybe plus 1 to it. Compensate it. If they are not becoming equal, then compensate it. That is what I am trying to do here. So I'll take the while loop here. So while D1 dot add month. Okay, if I add one more month to this one, and if I still find that it is less than D2, okay, then compensate this month. So that's simple as that. D1 plus add month 1 to this, and because you have added 1 month, increase the M by 1. Now suppose so those who don't know really what is going on is it is like a string. If you just do it on the left hand side, if you just say like this, not like this, like this, okay, D1, and if you suppose say add month, okay, 5, what will happen? Now let's assume that D1, this not a D, I think I'm supposed to write D, but okay, let's assume that A1 is, forget about the day, the month is 5, and forget about the year. Now if you add 2 months to it, naturally you will say that, okay, I know that, sir, this is going to be 7. Now this is going to be 7 only here. The real value of A will not change. So that's a very important thing. When you add something, the real value will be still the old value 5. It's just going to add it. Now you have to add it and then replace it. That's it. Add and replace. So make the changes and then update it back. So that is why I am saying d1 is equal to added a new date. So that is what I am supposed to do. The last part, as usual, find the difference again. So difference is what is this, d2 minus d1, that's it. This is the difference. And what about the days? Days is difference dot days. Okay. The last thing that you are going to do is you are going to go to this label and you are going to say the text that you are going to show in the label is so many years, so many years, so many months. So we have calculated all those things, and so many days. That's all we need to do. That's it. We are done with our work. Let's give it a try. Hope I have not done any other mistakes. Let's look at it and let's see what's going on. Okay, I find 25 is the, okay, why is it 25? 5, I am finding it near in the month of March, and in the month of March, 1 day difference I must get is 1 day. Okay, 1 day I am getting the difference. Let's go. This is 0 years, 0 month and 1 day. If I take it to the April 5th, then 1 month must come. Oh, I'm getting 2 months. March to April, then why it is 2 months? 2 months, 1 day. 1 extra has come. How come? Let's look at the logic. Did I put equal to? Okay, if the month is so many months I have added, made the year equal. So did I made the year tally equal? Yes, of course. Let me try again. March and March 0. Okay, correct. 1 day. Okay. Let's go to the February 5th. 1 month, 0 day. Okay, that's working fine. 1 month, 1 day. Okay, very fine. 1 month, 3 days. That's it. If I go 2 months, January 5th, I am getting it as 3 months. Okay, January, February, March. Okay, I'm getting 3 months, correct. So last one, that I think no, this is not going to go. I think some year I have changed it to 2021. 1 year must come, hopefully. Find the, I think I will select something here. Okay, 12 months. No, this is not working. 13 months, it's not working. So what is the problem? Okay, so the problem that I have done here is I have added it, but I have not compensated that. So it should have been d1 is equal to, so I have given you the explanation about this, so you have to change that. Somehow I forgot to do that. d1 is equal to this, and also here d1 is equal to that. So here I actually explained everything about that, and but somehow I suddenly forgot to make this d1 is equal to at both the places. Now let's run it, and hopefully it's going to work. So let me take the date is 5, and the other side it is 4. the 1 day difference must come 1 day, and let me go to 1 month difference, 1 month difference, 1 month 1 day, and finally I'll go to the still down to March and February 4th. I think it should give me 1 year, 1 month, 1 day. Okay, so that's it. So there was one minor mistake. In spite of telling you everything, I myself made a mistake. Sorry about that. And this is the code. All the best for your exams. Hope you'll be able to execute this program during the examination.